Greetings. Many talented people work hard throughout their lives, yet fail to leave a lasting impression, because they never learn how to present themselves effectively before others.
In 65 BC, Julius Caesar seized his first great opportunity to captivate the people of Rome when he served as aedile, the magistrate responsible for overseeing grain distribution and organizing public games. From the very beginning, he understood that power was not built solely in the Senate or on the battlefield, but also before the eyes of the masses. With careful calculation, he staged a series of magnificent spectacles: wild beast hunts, large-scale gladiatorial contests, and theatrical competitions. On several occasions, he even paid for the events out of his own pocket. To the Roman people, Caesar's name quickly became inseparable from the entertainments they loved most. As his political career gradually led him toward the consulship, his popularity among the masses became the foundation of his power. He had successfully fashioned himself into the undisputed master of Rome's public stage. In 49 BC, the Roman Republic stood on the brink of civil war between Caesar and his greatest rival, Pompey the Great. At that tense moment, Caesar was near the Rubicon River, the boundary separating Italy from the province under his command in Gaul. According to a tradition preserved in several ancient sources, he spent time watching a theatrical performance before falling into deep contemplation over a decision that would change history. To lead his army across the Rubicon into Italy meant declaring war against the very state he officially still served. Before his officers, Caesar weighed his options with remarkable dramatic flair. It was a performance in which he appeared to wrestle with fate, like an actor playing the decisive scene of a great tragedy. According to accounts handed down by ancient writers, he then pointed to a tall soldier blowing a trumpet beside the river as the man moved toward the opposite bank. Caesar proclaimed it to be a divine sign. With firm and theatrical conviction, he declared that the gods themselves had revealed the path that must be taken. Pointing toward the river while looking at his generals, he announced that the decision had been made. The hesitation that had clouded his officers gave way to determination. Remarkably, the dramatic power of his words united them. Caesar and his army then crossed the Rubicon. In less than 2 years, Pompey was defeated, and Caesar emerged as the sole ruler of the Roman world. On the battlefield, Caesar always positioned himself as the central figure in the unfolding drama. An accomplished horseman, he took pride in his courage and endurance. During battle, he deliberately rode the most conspicuous horse so his soldiers could easily see him. He rode along the front lines, issuing orders, encouraging his men, and making himself both the symbol of authority and the model of bravery. Among all Roman armies, Caesar's legions became famous for their extraordinary loyalty. Just as the Roman people had once been captivated by his spectacles, these soldiers devoted themselves not merely to Rome, but to Caesar himself and to his ambitions. After his victory over Pompey, the spectacles he staged reached a scale Rome had never witnessed before. Chariot races became even grander, while gladiatorial games grew increasingly spectacular. On some occasions, even members of the Roman aristocracy participated in these bloody displays. Caesar also organized naumachii, mock naval battles fought in enormous artificial basins filled with water. Theatrical performances spread throughout the city, and a great theater was constructed to enhance the public celebrations. People traveled from every corner of the Roman world until Rome's streets overflowed with tents erected by visitors. In 46 BC, after concluding his Egyptian campaign, Caesar brought Cleopatra VII to Rome. With impeccable political and psychological timing, he transformed the Egyptian queen's arrival into another chapter in the grand celebration of his own glory. The spectacles became larger and more astonishing than ever before. These events were far more than public entertainment. Every performance was carefully designed to magnify Caesar's image, making him appear greater, stronger, and more extraordinary than any ordinary man. Caesar was the master of his own public image. He understood the value of appearance as well as he understood the value of victory. When appearing before the people, he wore the most striking purple toga available. He wanted no one to surpass him in magnificence. He also paid close attention to his personal appearance. Ancient writers even recorded the popular rumor that one reason he valued the honors granted by the Senate and the people was because they allowed him to wear a laurel wreath that concealed his boldness. As an orator, Caesar possessed remarkable instinct. He knew how to communicate much with very few words. He understood precisely when to speak and when to remain silent, so that his speeches achieved their greatest effect. In every public appearance, he sought to create an element of surprise, an unexpected announcement or a dramatic gesture that strengthened the atmosphere he had carefully constructed. Yet although Caesar was deeply loved by the Roman people, he also inspired fear and hatred among many of his political enemies. On 15th of March 44 BC, the Ides of March, a group of senators led by Marcus Junius Brutus and Gaius Cassius Longinus, carried out a conspiracy to assassinate him. Inside the Senate meeting hall, they surrounded Caesar and stabbed him repeatedly. Even in the final moments of his life, Caesar surrounded himself with dramatic symbolism. According to Suetonius, as the attack unfolded, Caesar pulled part of his toga over his face and carefully arranged its folds, so that his body would remain properly covered as he fell. The ancient sources disagree about his final words. Suetonius records one tradition claiming that upon seeing Brutus among his attackers, Caesar uttered the Greek words, "Uche kai su, teknon," says, "You too, my child." Whether or not he truly spoke them, the story became a fitting conclusion to the life of a man who understood the power of theater, image, and drama, better than almost anyone of his age.
Reflection. One of the greatest lessons from Julius Caesar's life is that talent is often appreciated only when others can see and experience it. Many gifted people work diligently throughout their lives, yet fail to leave a lasting impression because they never learn how to present themselves effectively. Caesar understood something simple yet profoundly important. People remember experiences more readily than explanations. For that reason, he sought to make every appearance meaningful, every speech memorable, and every action unforgettable. The same lesson remains relevant today. People are far more likely to trust our ideas when we present them with enthusiasm and confidence. They are more likely to remember us when we present ourselves positively, sincerely, and memorably. The way we speak, behave, dress, and treat others all contribute to the impression we leave behind. Therefore, do not strive merely to become a good or competent person. Learn also how to communicate those qualities in ways that are engaging and easy to understand. Show enthusiasm in your work, speak with clear purpose, and carry yourself with confidence. When genuine ability is combined with the skill of creating a positive impression, your influence can grow far beyond what you ever imagined.
About Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, born in Rome around 100 BC, was a Roman general, statesman, author, and political leader who played a decisive role in the collapse of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. Born into the noble Julian family, gens Julia, he became renowned through his conquest of Gaul between 58 and 50 BC. 59 BC, he was elected consul for the first time alongside Marcus Calpurnius Bibulus, the highest office in the Roman Republic, normally held jointly by two men for a one-year term. His election resulted from the political alliance known as the First Triumvirate, an informal partnership between Julius Caesar, Pompey, and Marcus Licinius Crassus. 49 BC, he was appointed dictator for the first time after crossing the Rubicon and seizing Rome. 48 to 47 BC, he was appointed dictator again following his victory in the civil war against Pompey. 46 BC, he became dictator for 10 years, Dictator Decenilis. 44 BC, he was appointed dictator for life, Dictator Perpetuo. Besides being one of history's greatest military commanders, Caesar also left important historical works, including the Commentari de Bello Gallico. He was assassinated on 15th March 44th BC, the Ides of March, by a group of senators who feared the growing concentration of his power. His legacy was ultimately carried forward by Octavian, originally named Gaius Octavius. After being adopted by Caesar in 44 BC, he became Gaius Julius Caesar. Following Caesar's deification by the Senate in 42 BC, his name became Gaius Julius Caesar Divi Filius, son of the divine Caesar. Finally, after receiving the title Augustus in 27 BC, he assumed the name Imperator Caesar Divi Filius Augustus, becoming the first emperor in Roman history. Thank you for your companionship.
Thank you for watching.
Until we meet again in another story.
Goodbye.